Welcome back to MomCom. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Shannon.
It's not you, it's motherhood. And today's episode is one we know so many moms are going to relate to because we are talking about wellness, hormones, stress, motherhood, and how to take care of ourselves without losing our minds in the process.
And honestly, in a world where social media is constantly telling moms that everything is toxic and somehow we need to be making organic sourdough bread while meditating at sunrise, this conversation felt like a deep breath.
Today, we're joined by functional nutritionist Katie Monaco, also known as the Fab Foodie. Katie's story is so inspiring because her journey into wellness actually started after years of struggling with her own health issues and feeling completely let down by traditional medicine.
What we love so much about Katie's approach is that she believes healing should be supportive, not stressful. She talks about realistic wellness, nervous system healing, hormone health, and how motherhood completely changed the way she approaches balance.
And as moms ourselves, we really connected with her message that sometimes the stress of trying to do everything perfectly can actually become the unhealthy thing.
This episode is full of practical advice, comforting reminders, and simple ways moms can start taking care of themselves again without guilt or overwhelm.
So grab your protein shake or your Diet Coke, no judgment here.
And let's get into it.
I think we want to just stick with kind of gear this more towards moms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not so much like, we could talk all day about the kids, but like how we can have moms kind of take care of themselves first because we don't. And I kind of did everything. The way I even got into this world is by trying to figure out how I can help the kids.
Yeah.
And then I learned and learned and learned. But it also wasn't very sustainable in the environments that we live in.
Yeah.
So I love your practical, water filter, sleep.
The foundation.
Protein.
Yeah.
So kind of like just talking about that, but then also like moms, you need that. Like how we can help them kind of take a few minutes. And
when I thought that, like, you can't pour from an empty cup, that's something we
have had episodes on.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't always practice what we try to put out there, but I think it's just such a good
it's something to come back to. That's always really important.
Like, you're going to be a better version of you when you take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah. That's true.
One of the practitioners that I work with, who's a chiropractor and practices like frequency medicine and everything, he says the number one thing like that happens for most of his patients to be introduced to him is they come in for their kid. My kid is having ADD or whatever that the docs can't help him with. And the Dr. Charlie's like, well, you should be a patient too. And they're always like, well, let's start with the child. Like that first, which I get that as a mom. And that's, on some level, that's how it should be. But like, we need to be doing the same thing for ourselves. So if you're going to pour all this time and attention and dollars into your child to like be healthy, we need to be modeling the same thing.
Yeah. And that's
for
the part
ourselves.
I have a hard time with. Although the chiropractor, I went to Stone Chiropractor. Have you heard of them?
I don't think so.
It took me 6 months to get an appointment.
Here in Mount Pleasant?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're off Coleman.
Okay.
And they like specialize in kids.
Who are the doctors?
Dr. Stone is one of them.
Oh, okay.
But that's not who we're seeing. We see Dr. K.
Okay.
But
Dr. K. I feel like I've heard that name.
I can't remember her.
They do upper cervical? Or is it?
They use drop tables.
Okay.
I don't let them adjust anything with the necks.
Yeah.
Because that scares me.
Okay.
But I brought them in for the kids. And then I ended up.
Yeah.
But then
that's exactly
she
how it happens.
couldn't help me anymore because my body was not cooperating.
Oh, wow.
And she said, I need fascia therapy.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. Everything costs so
I hate that so
much money. I feel like I want to make it my mission to find out how we can get everything covered under insurance.
Well, they don't want people to be
healthy.
Right.
I mean, $1,300 a month we pay for what?
I
Like,
know.
what is happening?
I know. We do like a MediShare type of thing now that's literally like in case of emergency because we were paying.
That's what I want to do.
Like
I don't even go to the
$1,500
doctor.
a month for nothing. I mean, my kids have seen a pediatrician like twice, I think, for strep tests. So, and we don't see all the other doctors we see, we're paying out of pocket anyway. So it felt like such a huge
waste.
Because even when we do see them, they don't help, and we end up going to other doctors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
you kick it off.
So I'm gonna
kick it off.
Yes.
Because this is all stuff we should be
I know.
using.
It's hard. I wanted to touch on that, though, because of the chiropractor. But anyway, okay, we'll get into it. So we're so excited to have Katie here with us.
Yay.
I am a huge fan.
Oh,
I've been following you for quite a while. And I think that we did talk
we have here and there
about hormones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I was going down the hormone replacement therapy path.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, and I think that you told me to change that.
I would never say something like that. I'm just kidding. But I probably did.
I think it was...
There's other things you could do first.
Yes.
Like, that's like a last stop.
You have to get off them so you can test why your body is not. So anyway, so we'll get into all of that later. But tell us more kind of about you and how you kind of got into this functional nutrition world.
Yeah. So it's like, it was my biggest challenge that led me here, which is why I am truly grateful for my experience. But when I was 22, I had been on the birth control pill for like 4 or 5 years. I met my now husband, and we knew right away, like, we're going to get married. We're going to want a family. And I just innately like wanted to be off the pill. Not that I wanted to be pregnant, but I just felt like I wanted to like clean my body. Mm-hmm. And I knew nothing about it at the time. It just felt right. Mm-hmm. And so I went off, and then my cycle just never came back. Like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, years.
Wow.
I went to OBGYN after OBGYN to different like fertility doctors. And I'm not trying to get pregnant. I'm just genuinely trying to like be a healthy 23-year-old with a period.
Right.
And everyone just was like, well, we could put you back on the pill and that'll force a period, which is a fake period. And that's what put me in that position in the first place. So that made no sense. And I was just getting so frustrated and so angry, would leave appointments in tears. And I was just like, there has to be another way. Like, there's people out there that can help me. I know there is. And at that time, this is truly, I believe in like divine timing. My husband, who does a lot of like public speaking coaching and training, he started working with his first chiropractor client. And he's reviewing this guy's dinner talks. They go out and they do these talks, to the community, because a lot of people don't understand what chiropractors really do, that they're wellness docs and not just like pain docs. Right. So he's reviewing this guy's dinner talk, and he's like, babe, this chiropractor is saying that they can help with amenorrhea, which is, when you have your period goes away, when you should be having a period, and that they can help with infertility and like all these things. And I was like, what? I knew nothing about chiropractic care. And he was like, well, I'm going to ask him for a recommendation here in San Diego, because that's where we were living at the time. And so he sent us a recommendation to a local chiropractor. I went, he did my x-rays. We saw all kinds of like subluxations, which is, like curves where you shouldn't have curves in your spine. And he started showing me how that correlates with like where my ovaries are. And he was talking about not just the subluxations, but chemical stressors, like being on a pill for so long, environmental stressors, nervous system regulation, like all the things. And my mind was just like blown. I never heard it, but I was so hungry for that information because it felt right in my gut.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, if you tell me to do something that's going to help, I'll do it all. I went crazy on the food, on the acupuncture, my adjustments a couple times a week, like meditating, praying, journaling, all the things overhauled my life. And my period eventually came back. And I was also working with a functional nutritionist at the time who he had recommended. And she addressed, detoxification and opening my pathways and gut health and all the things, because it's not just one thing.
Right.
And it took years. It wasn't like an overnight fix. But by the time we had gotten married and actually wanted to have children, I got my cycle back. I had one cycle, boom, got pregnant. So it was amazing, like healthy, beautiful pregnancies, natural births. And I'm so freaking grateful, even though I spent so many nights crying, thinking like I'm broken, my body's not going to work, I'm never going to have children. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that struggle. And then after I experienced that, it was like, I don't want to do anything but this. Like, I want to talk to other women in particular. I work with men too, but I just like, that's where my heart is, because that was my journey, and like show them another way. Because unfortunately, like even now, most of the clients that come my way, I'm like the last resort after they've seen all the docs and they've struck out, or, whatever, their child is having a problem that no one can help with. And it's like, I want to talk more about this stuff. So it's like the first place you go instead of the last place you go.
And before this happened and your period didn't come back, did you have any issues before you got on birth control?
No. Oh my gosh, no. I was not a healthy child. Like looking back, I was on antibiotics all the time. Like I had multiple eating disorders. So that was the part of like the emotional trauma that I needed to heal too.
Okay.
But my period was regular, like to the minute, very like no symptoms, so to speak. Like that. But then birth control pill went off and then it was gone. So I believe that was like a big piece of the puzzle, but there was other things that also needed addressing. But it's like that. Everyone has a toxic load, and it's not just toxins, but it's like emotional, all the things. And then that one last thing can like put your body over the edge and push you into sickness or, imbalance like I was experiencing. So I had to kind of like go back and heal a lot of that, which I needed to before my body could have a healthy baby. And so I'm grateful for that.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think that it all takes us where we're supposed to go.
100%.
And even though the journey is hard,
100%.
you learn so much along the way. I mean, if I hadn't gone through my journey of kind of learning, like I thought, well, I ate this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm fine.
It must be okay.
It must be okay. I didn't realize till I started talking to other doctors that the chemicals and the toxic load,
how much it's changed
and how much it's changed. And he said to me, Nicole, the amount of toxins in our environment have, more than tripled what it was when you were growing up. And, especially here with Charleston with mold.
It's a big one.
It's a big toxin. And
it's a big one. But we do have other things going here in Charleston. Like we're not a huge city. There's less like industrial. Right. So there's the humidity and the mold, but everywhere has something. Yes. Even if you lived in the Midwest and had like acres of land, you're being sprayed all the time, you know? So there's always something in every environment.
So learning how you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And so what would be some key points that you would go to first?
Just for like daily habits. So I mean, big like official detoxes are great, but a lot of people are very put off by that. I think what's more important is just like daily rituals because detoxing is super important. And, to be able to be exposed to mold or like glyphosate or things in our water, air that we cannot control, we have to just make our terrain as strong and as resilient as possible. So daily detox practices like getting enough hydration, super basic. Put lemon in your water. That's really, really great for bioflow, which is important for carrying the toxins to your liver to be eliminated. Things like dry brushing to help with your lymph, rebounding, walking, like really basic things that people don't necessarily think of as like detoxing, but put together, they can really make a big difference in just keeping our bodies resilient to be able to come up against these toxins that we can't really control.
And everybody's body's different. Like, some people, they can get rid of toxins easier. That's something I learned. Like, I just thought, oh, well, it's okay. And then my son has black mold, which then I thought meant we all have black mold. And so we got new air duct system. And
was it in your HVAC?
Oh, yeah. It was in the windows. We had to buy new windows because there was wood rot.
Oh, wow. Could you see it, or you had a specific mold company come out and find
all of it?
Oh, wow.
You could see it. And then because he was diagnosed with that, I was like, okay, we got it. But then we tried to detox him. And for him, and he's younger, the glutathione would give him a tummy ache.
Yeah.
And so we did a lot of foot baths.
Good.
And, so there's like other things that you can do. But I didn't know all of this until you kind of start learning more and more about it. In Charleston, there's a lot of molds.
There is a lot.
And my kids were sick for literally 2 years straight.
That's why keeping, like, that's another thing when we're talking about just daily practices, like keeping the air quality, the water quality in your home super healthy is like the best thing you can do, especially in their bedrooms. All of our bedrooms, we spend so many hours sleeping and in our rooms. So even if you just have a small air filter in every single bedroom, like that's a very basic, easy thing that you just do and then forget about it. Little things like that.
I think I need that.
Yeah. And I think this is so helpful because you said at the beginning, nothing is a quick fix, but our society, we're all very much need
That's how
now,
we've been
right? Like we've been, and it's just getting worse, to be honest.
Yeah,
and I
it
think
is.
sometimes
Don't get me started on that.
I think sometimes for people, because there's so many balls that we're all juggling all the time, that adding another thing, even though it's the best thing and the right thing for yourself and for your family, can tend to feel overwhelming,
It
right?
can.
And when you kind of dive straight into something like this, and I know my personality is one that I'll be like, okay, we have to do this. And then the next day I've changed out everything, and then it doesn't stick because everyone's like, whoa, mom, like you just did a complete 180.
Yeah.
So then we fall back. So I think what you're sharing right now, these more practical, foundational, like things you can start sort of slowly building in, because I do think if we all feel like we have to make this change tomorrow, it can be more challenging.
Yeah, I actually don't recommend that. Like if I have a new client that's just starting on, like they've just woken up, realized there's toxins everywhere, like, and they feel like they need to overhaul their life, I actually say don't overhaul your life overnight like that, because it is way too overwhelming.
Right.
It's taken me, I mean, like we got into all this stuff back in 2012, and like I still don't have everything in my life clean or non-tox. Like it's a slow. So starting with the foundationals, like clean water, clean air in the home, those are like non-negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously addressing mold if there's something big like that, because you can't heal in an unhealthy home.
Yeah.
So, and then you can get into like the beauty and the shopping organic and, you know, all the million other things that you can do. But like air and water.
That's so helpful, because I think to have that, okay, if I can only do two things, this is the focus. And we've talked before about how, you know, all of this, it's expensive trying to make these type of changes. So I feel like what I'm hearing is balance. Like it's not going to happen overnight, and it's okay that your kids are still going to have school parties where there's things that maybe you know, all of that. So balance.
Balance. And just really, like you said, focusing on like the biggest foundational pieces. If you change those two things in your home, like got a good quality water filter, got some, you know, good quality HEPA air filters, like those two things alone would change everyone's health for the better significantly.
Air purifiers,
and then you get to the
immediately.
They have good ones at Costco.
I was going to say, tell
like
me
the
where to buy them.
I love the air doctors. They're great.
Okay.
But the ones, I got one at Costco recently that had the same like quality filter as the air doctors, and it was on sale for like $99.
Okay.
So I grabbed a couple of those for my kids' rooms.
Yeah.
With the big air doctors downstairs. Yeah. No, look. They're on promo all the time.
Okay.
But just those two things. Like like so simple. So simple.
And then with the water filters, again, this is going to sound so basic.
Yeah.
We're talking, if you can't do for the full house.
Yeah, I don't have the full house either.
Change out your shower head.
10 grand.
Right. Exactly.
So drinking water, number one. So we have like an under the counter filter that has the 4 different, one does heavy metals, one does like chlorine and like all the things. And that, I mean, it was very affordable. And when we connect on Instagram and stuff, I have my link tree that has literally discount codes for all these brands.
Yeah, that's for listeners.
But the one that we used was very affordable for like the quality. So we have that, and then we just have the shower head filters on all the showers. If they take a bath, I fill it up with the shower, like dumb stuff like that. But actually, it works. And to replace those, the filters are not expensive.
Yeah,
so
I keep seeing the shower heads sort of everywhere.
Yeah, the whole house systems are ideal. And if you're wanting to invest $10,000, $15,000, I highly recommend. Yeah. But I didn't want to do that right now, and I still don't.
Right.
I'm very happy using our other ways because it works just as good.
It's whatever works for your family.
Yeah.
And actually, I think just talking about it and kind of having our listeners learn about like these easy fixes, because they are doable and it does take time. I mean, I live on a golf course, so it was very important to get the water fixed.
Yes.
Because learning about all the toxins that come through even more when, we live in a, close to golf courses.
Yeah.
So
I grew up
it's really
across from one, and thinking back, I'm like, that could have been something, like definitely a piece.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And again, doing the things every single day, optimizing your terrain is the best thing.
Oh, sorry. And things we can control, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Like you can't control what they're doing on the golf course.
No, and I'm not going to move.
But you can control what you're doing in your house.
That's right.
Daily detox practices, the clean water, the clean air, less toxic load on your food and the things you can control.
So something I would love to get your thoughts on is the gut.
Oh, yeah.
And healing the gut.
Yeah.
And what would you suggest because for me, and I just kind of feel like I'm happier when my gut is happy, right? It's all connected.
Yeah.
And when I'm not eating as good as I should be, or I'm drinking, Diet Coke and then I'm not as in a good mood.
Yeah.
So it's all connected. So what would
the gut is
advise?
The seat of everything in the body. So anytime a new client comes to me, and mostly it's women, they're like, my hormones are out of whack or whatever. And that's great. And we can get to that, but we have to always start in the gut, because if the gut is not optimal, nothing else is going to work. It's like if your shower has an issue and you're messing with the head, but the drain is all messed up. It doesn't matter what you do up here if it's not draining. So you have to start in the gut always. And that means addressing underlying infections. So, I like to work with a lot of functional labs that can actually show us what's going on. Are there opportunistic bacteria that are overgrowing? Are there parasites? Are you having some issues with your digestive capacity? Do you need some enzymes? Is there inflammation? So I like to look at that whole thing. Then we go out and do kind of a weed and feed type of protocol where you weed out the bad, repopulate with the good, address any digestive challenges. If you're, maybe you're not as acidic as you need to be, maybe your liver needs some love, maybe your bioflow is sluggish, optimize all those things. And 99% of the time, the girlies that come to me for hormones, we fix the gut and then they're like, oh my God, my periods are so much better. And I'm like, yeah, because if your gut is bad, your hormones are going to suffer. So yes, you're so right. If the gut is optimized, you will just feel better in general. So if you're going to start anywhere, even if you're having migraines or whatever, address the gut and everything will improve.
Yeah.
Maybe not completely, but you'll be in a much better position to address the next thing.
It takes time, but just having the information and just knowing.
Yeah. And the gut actually heals so fast, so much faster than if you're going after an autoimmune condition or other things in the body. The gut really regenerates so quickly. So the good news is when you start working on your gut, you feel better really quickly, especially if you're someone that has a lot of food sensitivities and maybe you don't know. And then we run a food sensitivities lab. Just being off those foods alone is going to make you feel like a new person. And it's not always the common triggers people think of, I know I shouldn't be eating dairy, I know I should be eating gluten or sugar. Those are obvious, but not dairy for everyone, but gluten and sugar pretty much across the board. But you could be sensitive to avocados, and maybe you're eating avocado every day and you feel shitty.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see it on the labs. So I like to run those labs to see it.
What you suggest is the starting place for healing the gut is kind of get that lab work done.
We can do it without the labs, but then I can be more surgical about it. If I see the exact infections you have, I know this herb is best for strep and this herb is best if we're going after H. pylori. If we don't run the labs, because a lot of people are and I understand, I don't want to spend $150 on the GI map because it's expensive. And unfortunately, insurance does cover those type of labs that actually give you the real information. So I could throw some random broad spectrum herbs at you and it might make you feel better, but it might not be as precise as if I saw the lab. So can do it either way, but it's faster if we can see.
Less guesswork, right?
Less guesswork. And then sometimes it's actually more affordable because then we're not just buying random products and hoping that's the right one for you. I also do something for local clients, and I don't even think we talked about this, but I do nutritional muscle testing. You're working with the energy field of someone's body. And I really like the hands-on work because I can analyze your lab and say, okay, you're going to take this supplement for this and some supplement for that. But sometimes the body can tell us faster. So a lot of my local girls will come and I have a little chiropractic table in my office and I will test all my herbs right on their body. So they'll put over their heart. I see if it makes you go weak or if it makes you get stronger. And if it makes you stronger, then I know this herb, say you have a yeast issue in your gut. Yeah. There's 10 products I could say this is going to be good for your yeast overgrowth. But if I test them on your body's going to tell me you want this one out of the 10. So that's really fun too. And I like that. And I do it on my kids all the time. They think, they're just so used to all right, put your arm out, put it over your heart. They're like, oh, Mom. Or I'll do foods on them to see like if they can be eating certain things. And they actually think it's really cool. And they'll do it on each other.
Aww.
So it's just a fun addition
to
my practice.
Yeah. There's not as much. Well, I mean, now, right, we can find this information. But as you said, like insurance doesn't even cover this type of work because it's not pushed on.
I know.
This isn't what's pushed on us.
I know.
Hopefully this is really helpful to everybody listening, even just picking up bits of it that everyone can take away and go, okay, I'm going to try this. You know, I have a mental list going of all the things we're going to try.
Yeah, good. Good.
And I'm going to call you.
Yeah, anytime.
Get this tested.
I love those kinds of texts.
And what I'm hearing is that the body knows.
Yeah.
Just like you kind of
so
said.
much more than we can think about.
The body can heal itself if we kind of just lean in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do some testing.
Yeah. You just have to like optimize the environment for your body to heal. But like, I truly believe even if you had stage 4 cancer and the doctors are saying you have no chance, I, in my heart, believe like everybody has a chance because the body is designed to heal. It's not designed to be sick. We're sick because we're products of our environment and our emotional traumas and like lifetimes of this accumulated stuff.
Yes.
But the body wants to swing towards the side of health. It just needs the right tools. So, you know, I truly believe that. And I've seen that like so many times, just not with my own healing, but with my clients and, you know, patients of our practitioners. So
yeah, I think that sounds like something I need to do.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
The whole family's
we have lots we need to do, but little things at a time.
In this day and age, there's a lot of talk about perimenopause, menopause, hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
I started talking, in the beginning about that. We had talked about that. So what is your advice when it comes to hormones? Because everyone kind of has their own thoughts on what works for them, but I'd love to get your thoughts on it.
That's a really good question because I feel like the perimenopause niche has just been like all the companies like are pouncing on that and from like a marketing perspective, and no one supplement is going to like fix menopause or like help you through perimenopause. It's not just it never is just one thing.
Right.
So sure, there's products that I could recommend that might ease your symptoms or make the transition easier. But I also don't like how Western views it as like something that needs to be fixed because it's just a natural stage, just like puberty is a natural stage. And it's something we're supposed to go through. And it's not supposed to be like this amazing feeling. Like it's going to be uncomfortable. But if you optimize your gut health and you optimize your adrenal glands, which is, what produces our cortisol, which is our stress hormone, you're going to do so much better in menopause. Because what happens is when our ovaries shut down, and that's what happens, the baby factory starts to close down.
Yeah.
The backup generators are the adrenal glands. So when your ovaries are no longer producing that estrogen, and we produce it in a few places, but big time from the ovaries, when those stop, the backup generators are the adrenal glands. But what happens is so many women, I would say most women, at least in the US, get to perimenopause and menopause in a state where they're already burnt out and their adrenals are already suffering. And because we've been living in fight flight since we became mothers or before, So like then we get there and then our backup generators, the adrenal glands, need to start producing that little bit of estrogen for us.
Right.
And they're already so tired because they've been pumping out high levels of cortisol for so many years that they don't do their job as well. Also, we produce estrogen in our fat tissue. So, women are like, oh, I'm holding on to this 10 pounds that like I never used to have. I know it's uncomfortable and like no one wants to gain 10 pounds, but it's for a reason. Our ovaries are no longer making estrogen. So we hold on to fat to produce estrogen. It's a survival mechanism. So it's like, it's not like we need to inject ourselves to lose these 10 pounds. Like it's happening for a reason. Our body is doing it for a reason. So I think the more people understand, if you can like optimize even like 10 years before menopause and start working on your stress, optimize your gut, loving on your liver, hydrating, it's going to be so much easier like of a transition in general. And just understanding the body does everything for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not just trying to make
the way you're sharing this and just it's very easy to understand and it's very logical, right?
Yeah.
Like, everything you're saying, I'm like, gosh, I've never actually heard it spoken this way.
Oh,
before.
good.
Like, of course that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And you're right. Our listeners are moms, probably in similar age brackets as us. And I know even for me personally, like I'm like, oh gosh, I think perimenopause is coming because there's just my sleep patterns, sweating, and like all the things. So it is time to get my stuff in order.
But do it before. Like you really, that is one thing where planning ahead will pay off so big time. The stress, like if anything, I would say address your stress.
It is. It's stress. I think almost sent me to the loony bin.
Yeah.
And that's why I got on hormone replacement therapy because I felt so out of control.
I get it.
I was like trying to fix it. Like, this must be what it is. How do I make this better? And I actually have not been on hormone replacement therapy and I feel so much calmer.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's so and listen, there is a time and a place for it. There really is a time and a place for it.
Yes, I do believe that. I think that you should do what you makes sense to you.
Yes.
Like if you feel like you need to get on something, get on it.
And it might just be like to get you through that season.
Yes.
But that's what I don't like about like the way we're prescribed things. It's like there's really no end point.
Right.
It's like just take an antidepressant or just take this GLP-1 or just take the hormones, but there's no like extra exit strategy.
Right.
If you need that for a little bit, that's totally fine, but also go in and address like the root causes of the imbalance. And what bothers me the most about hormone replacement therapy, and actually I think it's like malpractice to be prescribing them, especially estrogen, to women when they don't know how their body is metabolizing the estrogen.
Yes.
That's, I think
this is what we talked about.
So it's so important to know that.
So, because if you don't understand why, for me, for example, no testosterone, why don't I have any testosterone?
Right.
You know, I would like to know that. And if I'm just so what I would keep asking the doctor, the hormone doctor, is do I have to take this forever? Because I thought menopause was you're not supposed to have these hormones anymore.
Well, yeah. Estrogen and progesterone are like the main ones that plunge in menopause. And testosterone does too, but it's not as significant because like as women, our hormone cycles, we have testosterone, but our hormone cycles run on estrogen, like, period.
Yeah.
It goes up, estrogen peaks at ovulation, then comes down and then up a little bit. So it's kind of like a literal roller coaster ride throughout the month, and then progesterone in the second half. So we've been used to living like that for so many years, and then everything kind of like tanks, and it's more of like this instead of like this with our estrogen and progesterone. So that's like the biggest thing that women feel. Testosterone is also important for women, but the fact that they would throw that at you and say like, you need to address your adrenal health, your stress, your sleep, maybe lift heavier weights. There's supplements that can help boost testosterone. So again, like do that as a Band-Aid, but also be working on the root cause of why it's low in the first place.
What's really worrying me right now though, and I've had several friends tell me, oh, I'm going to get on estrogen. I'm going through and I'm like,
yeah, that's what scares me the most.
But did you get tested?
Yeah.
And the answer is, well, no.
Yeah.
Not yet, but I have all the signs. And I said, but just so you know, I had all of those same signs for 5 years.
Yeah.
And when I did get tested, my estrogen was not low.
Yeah. I know. I love that
that really worries
I love that
me
you're
for
spreading
people.
that information though. And that's so good because even if, and people say, well, I'm doing the bioidenticals, like that's so much better. Okay, is it better? Yes, it's a more natural version of the hormone. But if you are not metabolizing estrogen in a healthy way, you are literally dumping fuel in the fire and you're putting yourself at risk for those estrogenic type cancers. And I hate to like throw out fear like that, but you actually are, and that's facts and that's science. So I like to run something called a Dutch test that I talked to you about, which is like the gold standard of hormone testing. It's a year analysis versus taking blood. If you go in and take blood, yes, you can see what your hormones look like in that moment. But again, as women, our hormones are a roller coaster. They are literally changing minute to minute. Progesterone is pulse, like throughout the day. It's not even like just today. It could be minute to minute. So the Dutch test will show you, it's a collection over a few days and you have to take it the week before your period. So it's like at the height of your luteal phase. You see progesterone at its peak, estrogen when it's also very high. And then it also shows you, so they take averages of those levels over a couple of days. Then it also shows how those hormones are metabolized, which just means how they're broken down. So if you're not breaking down your estrogen in a healthy way, and then you're dumping estrogen on someone that's not breaking it down in a healthy way, it can be super dangerous.
It could.
So, but if you are metabolizing in a healthy way and you have low estrogen and you need that to get you through those first couple of years of menopause, then go right ahead. But just make sure you're being safe about it. And that's what I don't like, because no Western doc will address that with you.
That's true.
So I don't like that.
I know. It makes me just worry, just from my own experience of like when I would, the few times when I was younger that they tried putting me on birth control, I literally went crazy.
Oh, yeah. Same.
I was very sensitive. I could not be on it. And so now it makes sense when I'm looking back. And I was like, so I was taking these hormones and I felt still like I was going crazy.
Yeah.
And now I finally don't take anything and I feel calmer.
Yeah. Well, even if you just think about like if you know nothing about hormones or like holistic health and you're just thinking about the birth control from a basic common sense level, like you are literally suppressing ovulation. What we are brought into this world to do, to cycle and bear children. Like that is how we are made as women. And you're suppressing that mechanism. Like you're telling it no. For so many years. And these girls, most of them are on birth control for years. We were put on it as teenagers for acne or whatever. And then they get off and want to have a family. And you've been telling your body not to ovulate for 10 years. And then we wonder why there's all these fertility issues. It's like, it's a very common sense thing. A lot of people don't like to see it because that's a scary thought. But you can't outsmart innate intelligence.
Body. Well, it is wild because when I was a teenager, my cycle was very heavy. And I said that when I went to the OBGYN and without even very much conversation, it was like, okay, here's the pill. And so I was on the pill from a very young age until exactly what you said. And my husband and I knew we wanted to have children. And it took a good year to get my cycle back. And so that's why I'm like, I'm not going back.
No,
I'm not doing that.
I know.
I'm not doing that again.
And there's so many other ways now to like, now on this side of the hormone thing, like we're approaching perimenopause, like that shift, there's so many other things you can do to help you through that transition that don't include hormones.
It's just wild because, if you trust, we're raised in a way to trust the doctors that you go to. And we're told these are the doctors you're meant to go to. So I appreciate it's a different way of approaching it and thinking about it.
You have to be your own advocate these days.
And for our children as well. But I think one of the things you talked to Nicole and I about is like, we have to prioritize ourselves as mothers, as human.
And they're going to learn that from our actions too, Like I love that sometimes I'll get in my head like, did I really need to get a sitter so I can go to yoga while my husband's traveling or whatever? And then I think, yes, because I want them to see that I will still prioritize my own physical and mental health, even when it's not convenient. Because I hope to God that they do the same thing for themselves one day. You know?
And they're always watching. They're watching everything that we do.
I know.
I know. So I think it's important that although I don't feel like I'm doing a good job.
I'm sure you are doing a great job.
The things. I mean, it's a lot sometimes, but if we can just first focus on ourselves. And go for the walk, like you said. Drink good water. Protein. That's something I'm having a really hard time with. I have to be really honest with you. And my daughter doesn't like protein either.
It's hard. It really is hard. But if you can get it in, like, it's such a huge game changer with energy levels and like the lack of crashing out. I mean, I used to have crazy blood sugar crashes all the time before I realized what was actually happening. I would like wake up and eat. I'm like a sweet girl. Like I'd eat like something super sweet and then I'd crash out and get super anxious and like, that like, gotta eat right now type of feeling. And I didn't realize what that was until I started focusing. But just getting enough protein in will keep you so much more stable without the ups and downs. And for the kids too, I notice a huge difference when they get enough protein first thing in the morning. If they do eggs versus like, and I still do French toast and pancakes and stuff on the weekends, but there's a complete difference by lunchtime when they have the sugary breakfast versus the protein breakfast. So, we do what we can, but I don't think you should stress about they're not getting enough protein every single day. Like, focus on one meal. That's what I tell my clients. When I said I don't tell them to overhaul, focus on breakfast this week. Like, do your best to get in 20 grams of protein at breakfast this week.
That's helpful.
And then whatever else happens in your day, that's okay. You had your solid breakfast, and that'll give you a really good start. So breaking it down like that, and even for the kids too, like a good dinner. That's one thing you can control at the end of the day, or a good breakfast or whatever. And I kind of even think I pack their lunch every day for school, but I mean, they're not getting, I see these lunches on Instagram and I'm like, are you joking me? Kids are eating like crab legs and steak. And I'm like, no, they get sandwiches and I put chips and whatever. And I'm fine with it. I know what they're eating at breakfast. Right. I know they're going to have a good dinner. I know I'm going to give them a good snack after school.
Right.
And whatever happens at school is fine. Still, comes from home. They're going to get other snacks, and there's always a reason why there's cupcakes in the classroom. But I know what they're getting at home, so that's what I focus on.
Well, it reinforces the balance that we talked about. It feels so overwhelming.
It does.
And I think sometimes it feels so overwhelming that then it's like, okay, I'm throwing in the towel. At least, unfortunately, my personality would be like all in, or it's like, I can't.
I used to be that way too, like the black and white thinking. Yeah. And then I'd be really stressed out if they came home and I saw Doritos in their backpack from a friend or whatever, but it's just, it's more toxic than the Doritos.
It drives me insane. You have no idea. Because Quinn was maybe 6, my daughter, and I threw away every single thing in the pantry.
Yeah.
I've done it I've done it a couple times, like a complete psycho.
Yeah.
I think I saw like the devil coming out of her.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a detox like you've never seen in your life. I will never forget this.
Yeah.
And then I tried so hard to do, like, for my son, because they both have ADHD. I tried so hard to do the gluten-free, dairy-free. He doesn't like cheese anyway. Not a big deal.
Wow.
But it was next to impossible. And then my husband would take Quinn, so she wants him to go to the movies with her.
Oh, yeah.
Because he'll get her the slushy. And then him and I fighting about what? Don't you listen to me? Why? I told you no dyes. Like, what are you doing? I didn't know. What color was it? I mean, God.
Why are all husbands the same? Because mine does the same thing. After all these years, I'm like, why did you have to bring them like gummy bears from the airport? Did they
don't need this. And then the bus drivers gave them candy. And then we go to church and then they bring a Bible and they're giving them candy. And then it's like, I had to learn that they are going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. Yeah.
And everything is okay.
It is okay. And even if you have a kid that has ADHD, or you have a kid that is, any other inflammation, and they shouldn't be having gluten, they shouldn't be having dyes, but you don't want to, they come across it at church or whatever, there's also things you can do once they come back home to help their body process that out. So you might want to do like a detox bath that night, or give them a binder or something. It doesn't have to be like the world is over because they eat this thing. Yeah. You can pick up the pieces, you can support their body in detoxing that out, and then you try again the next day. But I don't like the stress. Like the world's going to end. I know.
I think that is really what's so dangerous, actually, is the stress that we put on ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
In our own place of the world's going to come to an end if he eats this. And then everything that I've worked so hard for to go gluten-free is going to be ruined.
It's not.
It wasn't sustainable. We go to Chick-fil-A a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I will say there's times, and I say this with my clients, kids is a whole different story because they're out in the world, like, and they're children. So, if someone hands them Doritos, they're going to eat the Doritos. But like I tell my clients, there are times in your healing that you're going to have to be very strict about your diet. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. It doesn't mean it's going to be forever. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. And that'll get you to where you need to be faster if you are. Mm-hmm. But like for everyday life, and if you don't have a very like pressing health concern at the moment, there's no reason to live in that state of stress. And again, even if you are dealing with ADHD, do the detox things after. Do whatever you can to support their little bodies to help them through that.
Yes. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No stress, moms.
No, we don't need.
We have enough.
We don't need all that. I cried once because my husband drank a Diet Coke when I was pregnant, and I was like, "You're gonna die, and my child's not gonna have a dad." So I literally did. And that was my first.
That's the best story ever, actually.
Oh, no, the best is that he had been working all week and he was traveling. He's speaking, like doing this training. He calls me on FaceTime. He's at a bar drinking a Diet Coke.
We're like, great.
On FaceTime, I was like, what are you drinking? I'm pregnant. Pissed. He wasn't even drinking alcohol, and I'm like so mad. He's been busting his butt all weekend. I was full on crying. He still gives me crap about that, but that mentality, I cannot live like that anymore.
I know. That's a lot.
Oh my
Yeah.
That's a really good story.
That's a great story. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
You have to evolve.
You do.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I keep coming back to what you both said, and we all know it, but our kids are watching everything that we do.
I know.
Everything that we do. And they feel our stress, and they feel our angst, and they feel all of that. And it's like, okay, figure out the things that you can take off your own plate or your own mental load.
Yeah,
to
100%.
Be that, show up as that
100%
better version of yourself.
Yes.
And so there's just so much pressure.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah, there is. That's why I have to, I've unfollowed so many people on social media, because it's just like the Puritan wellness. I follow almost all wellness people. Obviously, that's my space. Sure. But that Puritan attitude of if you do this, you're going to die. You're poisoning your kids type of attitude. And I used to be one. So I'm but I'm very much on the other side now. Right. It's like, I just can't have that in my energy field.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a good mom when I'm in that space.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very healthy.
It's not sustainable.
It was not sustainable. I've tried a couple times. It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But we'll keep trying.
We live and learn.
I would love to know, though, where do you like to grocery shop? Because I have to go to 3 different stores.
I know.
Just to get the all organic the that.
Yeah.
Do you do the same?
Yeah,
I was hoping you had another solution.
Yeah, I wish I had a one-stop shop. Maybe we should start a one-stop shop.
I know.
I mean, the thought has crossed my mind, but
Same.
I'll get about 90% of what I need between Costco and Trader Joe's. Okay. Then I'll go to Whole Foods for the specialty, whatever. But I mean, a big bulk from those 2 places. Costco's amazing. They have really stepped up their game in the organic department. All of our organic meats I get there. I get the grass-fed frozen burger patties. We do. I mean, even I get the big bin of spinach, the big bin of greens. We'll get organic blueberries. Their snack game is very strong for kids. Yeah. They've got all kinds of better options.
They do.
And then Trader Joe's for more produce, basically, that I just can't get at. Mm-hmm. But yeah, between those 2 places, I feel like I can get most of it.
This is big.
That's
good.
Yeah. Yeah. And price-wise too, those 2 places, you can get the good stuff and you're not breaking the bank in a terrible way. Like when you walk into Whole Foods and you buy 5 things and that's $200.
What is your go-to meals? Give us 3 go-to meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So
because I'm always looking.
Breakfast is
where's mine?
We don't get fancy. I love to get fancy, but I don't unless it's a weekend, because the week, you guys know with kids, we're running. And everyone's got their own thing. So we keep it very basic. My breakfast every day is the exact same. I'll do a protein shake and put everything in it. Okay. Spinach, powder, fats, banana, everything. The kids will do a shake, or we'll do they like breakfast burritos, so I'll just do scrambled eggs with raw cheese and throw it in a tortilla.
Yeah,
something like that.
San Diego girls, right?
It's a Mexican.
It is. You cannot take it out of us. My daughter drinks hot sauce like nobody's business. She is. It's so funny. So we'll do eggs or protein shakes pretty much every single day. My son is more of a carb guy. He'd be happy just living off carbs forever. So, sometimes I'll do oatmeal for him and throw in protein powder and collagen and some peanut butter and beef it up a bit. So it's balanced. That's it. We don't get fancy for breakfast. lunch, I already told you guys, I mean, I pack my kids sandwiches. I'm not doing crab legs and steak at school.
Well, I'm going to try that for Friday. And I'm going to let you know how it goes, okay?
It comes back full. There's your $100 down the drain. Yeah, so we do that.
Smells so bad.
Yeah, sometimes like I'll pack like a charcuterie type situation for the kids, but like basic, I'll cut up squares of cheese and crackers and like salami or turkey or something. And then some type of fruit like apple slices or grapes or easy. And then dinner, I make tacos probably 2 times a week.
Wait,
also in San Diego. Yeah, burgers. We do burgers every single week, but I do like the good, grass-fed beef.
Right.
Because I really think burgers can be a superfood. So can tacos. You're getting good quality, like red meat is literally a superfood. So if my kids are eating that 2-3 times a week, I'm so happy. And we get that in tacos. We get that in burgers. Okay. And I get like the good gluten-free buns. I think that's super healthy. And then for my husband and I, the other nights I'll do like a roasted sheet pan of veggies and some type of protein. My daughter will usually eat the same as us, and I have to be a little more strategic about my son. But yeah, we don't get fancy like a protein, a veggie, and like rice or something.
Yeah. It's so easy, relatable.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to do this and that and this and that. And
it doesn't have to be complicated. And that's one
low
thing.
Stress.
Yeah, low stress. If you literally did like a rice bowl with beef or ground turkey or chicken and like a vegetable every night, like you're doing really good. And it's all whole foods. So you don't have to get crazy with the recipes. If you don't want to.
Me. It is. And so my kids have become, and it's my fault, they're just big snackers.
Yeah.
But I found when I have the fruits and veggies prepped, they'll go.
Oh my gosh, that's so
cute. If it's a full apple in my refrigerator, even though
no one's eating it,
they don't eat them.
I know.
So it's like become a me thing where if I have that prepped, 9 times out of 10 they'll go for that before the unfortunate junk that still exists because it just becomes.
And I found that even if I don't even ask what they want for a snack anymore. I just put it out. Like they come home from school and like say I've prepped veggies and fruit, whatever, and I just put it out on the table. Because 100% of the time they'll say, no, I don't want that. But then it's there and it looks good and they're hungry and it's pretty. And they just, all of a sudden they've eaten everything. And then they can have the snacks after.
Right.
And I don't care if they have the snacks after, but I just want them to have the good stuff first.
Fuel your body with the good stuff first.
Yeah.
I keep trying to reinforce this. But
I've noticed we've bumped dinner earlier. Sometimes my son will eat dinner literally at 4 p.m. because he's starving. Otherwise, he's snacking until 6 and then he's not eating much of the good stuff.
So funny. One of my son's friends' moms, we were at the baseball field together.
Yeah.
She said, we do dinner as soon as they come home from school.
It's a really good strategy.
They're so hungry that I'd rather get the good food in them.
And then they can have the snack later before bed because they're going to be hungry again. But at least they'll eat more of the real food right after school. Yeah. They've got that good stuff. And then if they have to have a bowl of cereal or whatever, their snacky stuff later. I'm okay with that.
I like that strategy.
Yes. I prefer, honestly, I would prefer to eat dinner at 4 p.m. too. Yeah. I don't like going to bed full. It's better for our bodies. Our metabolism slows down as the day wears on. So like it is actually better to eat more of your calories at breakfast, lunch, and an early dinner.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's logical.
Yeah.
It really
It is logical. But we've
like trained ourselves.
Been lost.
Yeah. The dinner has to be this big.
Yeah.
Dinner at 4.
Dinner at 4.
That's what we're doing.
We make reservations at 4:30. Like that's when we go out to dinner. Don't invite me out at 8 p.m. I'm not coming.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
But when we first moved here, I was like, oh my gosh, everyone eats dinner so early because we were in the Northeast. I don't know. It was just
where did you guys come from?
So I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but my husband and I worked in Manhattan forever.
Oh, yeah.
So life was just different. We were eating, our reservations were at 9 p.m.
That's
that was just, I know, and that was just real life. And then when we moved here, I was like, well, dinner at 6 p.m. I'm like, 6 p.m.? How can we possibly get a sitter in time?
And that's kind of late.
That would be late. That would be late.
Right?
I've had to like shift so much, really.
Don't you love it now, though?
So much.
Early
I was
life
just in the city for work, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How did they maintain this?
I know. It's such a different energy.
Yes, it really is. I'm like, I texted a pool. I'm like, best decision we ever made. I love whenever you go back to where you are, it like reinforces that, yes.
I feel that way even in San Diego, even though it's like such a dreamy city and we go there every year and I love going there. It's like just the amount of people everywhere you go and the traffic and like the energy is so much more hurried in all of Southern California. And then I come back here and it's like, my nervous system really needed that. And you don't know it until you leave how much different that feels.
Yes. The traffic was really bad. I was just back there last month.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it being, like everyone talked about California traffic. I just don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. It's intense now.
Do you have a favorite Mexican place here? If so, do tell, because I can't find one. I'm just wondering.
I'm a Mexican food snob coming from San Diego.
It's horrible. They put cheese on a burrito.
No, that's not. That's not right.
Not Mexican food.
They do really good fajitas at Agaves. It's the only thing I'll order there. But the fajitas are always a sure thing. And we'll literally go get the fajitas for 2. It feeds all 4 of us and we have leftovers. Like it's a ton of food and it's very good.
Oh,
I don't branch out from that because I find it's very hard to mess up fajitas.
Okay, good point.
But we go to California at San Diego every summer.
Yeah.
And I'll eat burritos and Mexican food every day.
Yes.
Like I need that.
Yes. Get your fix.
Yeah, get my fix.
Have a carne asada burrito for me,
I will. And
roll tacos. And
we land and go straight to the taco shop on our way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I could literally talk to you for hours.
Oh, same.
I mean,
this is so fun.
Everything you're sharing is so helpful and practical, and it's about balance.
I'm so happy. Yeah. 100%.
And reducing our stress.
Yeah.
Right?
I think stress is responsible for so many more physical symptoms than anyone gives credit for. Like way more than, if you had to ask me what's more important, like overhauling everything organic or managing my stress and sleep, I would say do your stress and sleep. Number 1.
Oh,
there
and
you
sleep,
have it.
That is that's
part
a big
of
one
that's kind of part. I loop that in with stress because usually stress affects sleep and poor sleep is going to affect your stress. So that is like key before anything else. Like don't go out and buy your red light therapy panel or your biohacking, your vibration plate or whatever if you're not already doing those basic things because you're trying to like outsmart the system and you can't. You just can't.
Okay.
This is
So get your sleep.
Yeah.
Lower your stress.
Yeah.
Drink your water.
Clean water, clean air.
Clean air, protein.
Yeah.
In the morning, get it in.
Yeah. Move your body.
I think that's all very doable.
I think so too. It doesn't have to be super complicated.
No, that's just those things right there can make you happier.
Yeah. Happier, healthier.
Trying to do.
Yeah. Basic.
Okay. No, this is you. No, it's you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
We have actual takeaways that feel like something we can all action.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm happy. Useful. To the fact that you just said don't overhaul everything.
Yeah.
So
don't.
Thank you. Because I know I have a full mental note of what I'm going to do for this. Yeah. But we love to do our rapid fire.
Okay.
It's just it's fun.
Try not to overthink these.
Don't overthink.
No.
First thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay.
Whatever it is. Most overrated healthy food.
Cottage cheese.
Oh, that's our favorite.
Oh, by the way, I'm not hating on cottage cheese. I love it, but just so many people don't do well with dairy, and everyone's throwing cottage cheese on everything. But if you're someone that doesn't do well with dairy, then
but also
it's not gonna be
the
good.
Marketing, whoever took over cottage cheese,
they deserve a raise.
Genius.
Yes, agreed.
Because it's everywhere.
Agreed.
Now.
Really?
Agreed.
Yes. It's definitely. No, I feel like it's definitely a marketing thing. It's trending. Cottage cheese is trending. Like
it is.
2 years ago, everyone was like, "Oh, cottage cheese."
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
All right, what's your go-to healthy snack that your kids will actually eat?
I do like a flourless banana bread that I make at home. It literally has 4 ingredients. It's bananas, peanut butter, baking powder, and like honey. And they will eat a whole loaf in like 2 days.
Can we find this recipe on your page?
Yeah, I've definitely posted about it before. It's probably in my saved recipes.
All right,
they will devour that.
Most chaotic mom moment recently.
I forgot to order my son a yearbook, and he was freaking out. And he was like, everyone got yearbooks, and they told me my mom didn't order one.
Stop.
I felt so bad. We got one. But I was like...
Did you get put on the wait list?
We got put on the wait list, and then did you get one?
because I've been like really terrible at all of the mom things. So I got put on the wait list. And then they reached out to me and they're like, good news, you're next. You have to bring $40 tomorrow.
Same.
Well, I was in New York City for a work trip. So, of course, I forgot. And they're like, we're moving on to the next. And I was like, you cannot do that. He will bring $40. He got it.
Yeah, good.
He got the yearbook.
I was panicking too. I felt so bad. And I could have sworn.
Same.
I went back and looked at all my credit card statements since September because I was like, I know I bought this. But I had nothing in my emails. I was like, I'm sure I'm going to find the charge on my credit card. Nope, it wasn't there. I'm sure I was thinking of my daughter's yearbook.
We lived the exact same experience because I did the same thing.
Like the worst mom ever.
And they send 4,000 emails all year about these yearbooks.
I know. That's what I was telling my husband.
And then my kids got their yearbook and I said, so what are you going to do with those when you're 30? You going to read them still? Like, is this what
I think my daughter might. She's obsessed with her yearbook. And she reads it every day.
That's what my daughter said. She's like, yeah, Mom. Yeah. I'm like, because your dad has never read those yearbooks since we've been together for 17 years.
So funny.
What's your favorite Trader Joe's item?
Oh my gosh, I love Trader Joe's so much. Okay, it's the chili crisp. Have you guys ever had the?
Mm-mm.
It's like a chili crisp sauce.
Yes,
but it's clean. It's all extra virgin olive oil. It doesn't have like any seed oils or anything like that. And I'll put that on literally everything.
Guess what I put it on? My cottage cheese.
Oh, that's probably amazing. And I love cottage cheese. I just don't like how everyone's like, I should be eating cottage cheese, but not everyone should be eating.
Please don't do that.
That probably is so good.
It's really good. Let's see. Last thing you Googled.
Probably what it means to see a hawk and an alligator cross your path in the same day. Because I'm big into signs and like I've been seeing so many alligators. Obviously it's alligator season and we live in a swamp.
But to see them.
But like I saw a hawk literally flew boom right in front of my face when I was walking. And then like 10 steps later there was an alligator right there. And I thought the universe is trying to tell me something.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do one more. What's something that's always in your purse?
Sunglasses.
Perfect.
Even though all the wellness people say don't wear sunglasses, I will always be wearing sunglasses. I don't care. If I don't get my vitamin D in my eyeballs, I'll be wearing my sunglasses.
They're a great accessory.
Yeah. I'll always have them.
Always. I can't see without them, so.
you
I can't see without my reading glasses. I can't see without my sunglasses.
It's a hazard.
I don't know what's happening.
I mean, I have to buy prescription sunglasses. And they have really cute ones now.
They do.
Have to say.
Yeah,
so,
they do.
You know?
Come a long way.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys
We're
for having
so grateful you're
so
here.
Fun.
Yes,
this is
thank
so
you.
Fun.
Thank you so much.
I'll be here anytime you want.
Oh, yes. We will have you back.
Okay.
Because this was really, really helpful.
Oh,
we appreciate your approach to all of this.
Oh,
I do.
Thank you.
It's really helpful when it feels tangible.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you met me now and not like 10 years ago. Wouldn't be so tangible.
Divine timing.
Yeah, divine timing.
Right? Like I think that everything happens in the right time that it's meant to.
Yeah.
Know?
And everything we went through like leads us to where we need it to be.
Right.
So like sometimes you have to go through those extremes to like realize that's not how I need to be living now.
But wellness doesn't have to look perfect to matter.
Yes. And honestly, hearing Katie talk about letting go of perfection and focusing on balance instead of fear was so refreshing. I think so many moms are carrying this pressure that we have to get everything right all the time.
Mm-hmm. And Katie reminded us that sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is actually calm down, simplify, and support ourselves in realistic ways.
I also love the reminder that moms deserve to care for themselves with the same energy that we pour into everyone else, because we really can't pour from an empty cup, even though we all keep trying.
So if this episode resonated with you, send it to a mom friend who needs that reminder that wellness does not have to equal perfection.
And make sure you follow Katie on Instagram, the Fab Foodie 1, for more of her incredible tips on hormones, gut health, nutrition, and realistic wellness for busy moms.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us every week.
We love you all. And remember,
it's not you,
it's motherhood.